Hello and welcome to another book haul. I have 6 books to show you today. The first 3 I bought at Waterstones, and the other 3 are... I'll explain where the other 3 are from. So, the first book I bought is Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor, and I prefer these paperback covers to the hardback covers. I don't know why, I just prefer these, although I do love hardbacks because they're amazing. I don't know why, but I love hardbacks, but I just prefer these covers. The other ones, the hardback covers have like weird girls on them with weird masks and stuff. I don't like them. This is about a girl called Karu, and she's a 17-year-old art student in Prague, but she also runs errands for a monstrous creature who is the closest thing she has to family. So she was raised half on Earth and half in Elsewhere, which is a world filled with monsters, and that's all I know about it, but it sounds really interesting. And Patrick Rothfuss, who has written The Name of the Wind and A Wise Man's Fear, which are both books I am in love with, quoted, "Wow, I wish I had written this," so I'm really excited to get to this. Second book I have is Dark Eden by Chris Beckett. I love the cover and the back, and on the chapters, let me show you a chapter. Look at that, at the top it has like a really cool moth thing. But this is a science fiction book about a place called Eden, and it says you are a member of the family, one of 532 descendants of Angela and Tommy. You shelter beneath the forest's lantern trees. Beyond the forest lie mountains so forbidding that no one has ever crossed them. The oldest recount legends of a time when men and women made boats that could travel between worlds. One day they will come back for you. It's a science fiction novel, and I thought it sounded really good, so I'm looking forward to reading that. Now this book I actually reserved, and it's Breathe by Sarah Crossan. I'm really excited to start reading this. All it says on the back is, when oxygen levels plunge in a treeless world, a state lottery decides who will live inside the pod. Everyone else will slowly suffocate. Everything depends on their survival. I thought that sounded amazing, and I love this cover, and I love the spine. I already started reading it on the bus. I'm only on page 5, but it's okay so far. Now the next 3 books, I bought this one. These are all hardcovers. I bought this one from the Pound Shop, funnily enough, and it's called Hunted, Time to Run, and it's by Emlyn Reese. And on the back it says, not on the back, sorry, in here it says, Danny Shanklin wakes up slumped across a table in an unfamiliar hotel room in London. He's wearing a black balaclava, a red tracksuit, and a brand new pair of Nikes. There's a faceless dead man on the floor, and Danny's got a high-powered rifle strapped to his hands. He hears sirens and stumbles to the window to see a burning limousine and bodies all over the street. The police are closing in. They're coming for him. With only his tech support friend, the Kid, for backup, Danny sets out on a nail-biting odyssey through the panicked streets in a desperate bid to escape, protect the people he loves, and track down the men who set him up and make them pay. But with 500,000 CCTV cameras, 33,000 cops, 9 intelligence agencies, and dozens of TV news channels all hot on his tail, just how long can an innocent man survive? I thought that sounded really good, and I was surprised I found it in the Pound Shop. And I love the cover, so I thought I would pick it up and give it a try. Next 2 books I got were from a charity shop called Sue Ryder. The first one is Just After Sunset by Stephen King, and this is a collection of, I think there's about 8 stories, it explores people's obsessions with inanimate objects. Like, there's a story in here about how a couple go for a night out, that's all they're going for, a night out, and they end up spending, I think it's 12 hours in one pub because they're fascinated by the jukebox. That's what it's about. It's a collection of stories, though. I will tell you exactly how many stories there are. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's 14 stories. But I thought that was really cool, and I love this like blood effect on the front. Thought that was cool. And the last one I got was in Sue Ryder as well, and it's Transition by Ian Banks. As the blurb says, it begins on a train, the highest train in the world, between China and Tibet. It begins with a man in a cheap brown business suit walking from one swaying carriage to another, his gait a little unsteady as he holds a small oxygen cylinder in one hand and an automatic handgun in the other. He steps onto the sliding metal plates that separate the carriages, the corrugated collar linking the passenger cars flexing and wheezing around him, like a gigantic version of the rib tube connecting the oxygen cylinder and the transparent mask round his nose and mouth. Inside the mask, he finds himself smiling, nervously. And I love the cover, and the back of it's just as awesome, with a nice skull. I thought this sounded really interesting, so I'm really looking forward to reading it. So those are the 6 books I got today. When I get my other book in the post, which I've been talking about forever, I will also do another haul. And I also have my book signing video coming up, because I've got my 2 books signed, but I recorded the video before and tried to upload it 3 or 4 times, and YouTube said it couldn't be processed, so I need to do that again. And I will also do a book review of Confessions of a Murder Suspect by James Patterson and Maxine Petro. So those videos are coming up. I just thought I'd do this in the meantime. Okay, thank you for watching and subscribing, and if you have any questions or comments, let me know, comment below, and I will see you again soon.